trees, adding to the about 50 plus we already have on the small holding. I'm daring an almond this year in a very sheltered spot that we've created with plantings all around. This was all open field when we came 26 years ago. Now it's one of those sheltered parts of the field, and I think with global warming coming on, we might get away with an almond. We have plenty of hazelnuts anyway. These trees are all grafted, including the apple trees that we're going to plant, onto a rootstock. This controls the size, the eventual size of the tree and the vigour of the roots. So when we plant the tree, we want to make sure the union between the graft and the tree that we want is well clear, and we want to plant it at about that depth. So we've prepared a hole, which I'm going to backfill with some more good stuff. I like to put under at least 5 years worth of goodness under a tree to get it going. I found that if they get off to a really good start, they tend to have a good life and crop productively. So in here we're going to put some dolomitic lime. This is because dolomitic lime contains magnesium, which is great to help fruiting. And I've also indulged this year in some organic fertiliser, which is very high in potash. And this is something my soil is lacking in and can be detrimental to fruiting. So we're going to add those at the bottom, and as we go up, then we're going to put in some beautiful well-rotted compost. So this is well-aged horse muck, and we're going to put this beneath the tree. Work that into the soil, and the idea is that the roots will grow into this without any hindrance at all. We'll mix some of the soil with that in a second, and a bit more. Check the depth, and that once filled in will be perfect. You can see the roots are sprayed out in the hole. And the other thing to consider at this post is the post, because we've coppiced some hazel poles to tie them to. They're going to go on the windward side of the tree, with the tree tied towards them. And sometimes with branches sticking out, you can frame the tree. That's perfect, in the best position for the tree tie to attach to. So just a chance to think about that at this stage. And then it's just a question of backfilling into the hole. And do somebody want to hold the... Oh yes, we want to add... I'm going to have to edit this. You mustn't forget to add the mycorrhizal biochar. This is a charcoal that's impregnated with mycorrhizal fungi. 20 types of edible fungi, this particular type. So the idea is you're not only supporting the tree, but you might get in the future years a crop of edible mushrooms. And these need to be in direct contact with the roots. They will make a symbiotic relationship, create their own fungal network, which will plug directly into the roots of the tree and greatly enlarge it. Okay. And I'll just put a little bit more of the fertiliser around the general roots there. Go. So here's our almond tree nicely planted with all the good things underneath it, and just to compound that, I'm going to give another dressing of the dolomitic lime at the top, just to sweeten the soil, prevent against acidity. And I'm also going to give another dressing of the organic pelleted compost, which is rich in potash, all things this tree should like. And then finally we'll put a mulch round here of organic compost, which will keep the weeds down and keep moisture in for the tree in its first year.